Kentucky, North Carolina, Kansas, and Florida State. The four teams still in hot pursuit of the hottest high school recruit since LeBron James. For the latest from the Hoops recruiting circuit, we welcome in Evan Daniels, national recruiting analyst for Fox Sports. Evan, Andrew Wiggins is taking his time with his decision. He's planning to decide by May 15th. Why do you think it's taking him longer than others, and what's your gut feeling on where he'll end up?
You know, with Andrew, it's a unique situation. He's a guy that's really struggling to make his college decision. You know, he struggled similarly when he was trying to reclassify, ended up having his father do that for him. It'll be interesting to see how this whole thing plays out. He's visited all these schools. He was actually supposed to do in-home visits with 3 of them last week, ended up canceling them. He was going to visit with North Carolina, Kansas, and Florida State. A lot of people made a big deal about it. In my honest opinion, I don't think it's a big deal at all. He was traveling back from the Nike Hoop Summit game, wasn't even going to be back in time for his visit with North Carolina. I know he talked to all those schools on the phone last week. As far as where I think he's leaning, you know, I think it's up in the air. I really don't have a school that I would say is the favorite. You know, ultimately, if it comes down to familiarity, I like Florida State's chances, but I also think there are advantages at all of these schools. You know, Kentucky has all the other elite players going there. Kansas has, and North Carolina has immediate playing time. So I think that's a factor. Not that he's going to play wherever he goes, but there's more space and more shots probably at some of those other schools. So it'll be interesting to see when he does make a decision what the factors were.
All right, Evan, in recruiting news, not named Andrew Wiggins. We're in the thick of the spring signing period. What have been the headlines so far?
You know, what's interesting is there's only one other top 100 prospect still available, and he was actually a UCLA commit and signee, and he opted to open up his recruitment last week. He got out of his letter of intent from UCLA, and you know, he has some big interests. Schools like Minnesota and Xavier, Georgia Tech, and Baylor are all involved, and a couple of them are working to get him on campus this week. He's a top 75 prospect out of Findlay Prep, a combo guard, skilled, can score the basketball, and you know, he's being prioritized by some of these schools, and I think we're going to see Alaric Freeman make a quick decision. He's going to take some visits over the next week and a half, 2 weeks, and come to a college choice.
All right, so if we can look ahead here a little bit to 2014, a lot of top prospects from Texas and the Midwest. Give us some names to watch and some schools who you think could make a surge in the rankings.
Yeah, you know, I think the biggest thing is there's 3 guys in this class that are really starting to stick out to me. Jahlil Okafor, Tyus Jones, and Emmanuel Mudiay. I think those are the clear top three players, Ray. They've really established themselves. Jahlil Okafor had a tremendous junior season, was dominant. He's 6'9", 240 pounds, probably the best post scorer in high school basketball. And then you have Tyus Jones and Emmanuel Mudiay, the 2 best point guards in the class. And you know, I had somebody ask me yesterday, you know, who I'd take and who would I rather have. But they're so different, but they're both so good. It's like a 1A, 1B situation at the point guard spot. Jones is 6 foot. Great pace to his game, tremendous IQ in the field, can really pass the basketball, and is drawing comparisons to a guy like Chris Paul, where Emmanuel Mudiay is 6'4", has unbelievable physical attributes, a tremendous athlete, but also great vision, and he can score going to the rim. And this past weekend when I saw him at the EYBL event, he was hitting threes, and that opens things up and changes things. So I think those 3 guys, Ray, are really sticking out in that 2014 class. All
right, Evan Daniels, thanks so much for joining us. What would you change about college basketball? We asked Seth Davis how to make basketball better right here on CampusInsiders.com.